Hey group one, so today we're going to be shuffling on camera and we're going to be taking a look at 3 things that your future partner wants you to know. Now this is totally open-ended. I don't know what to expect, but we're going to see what comes through. So group 1, the first thing that your future partner wants you to know, and a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages, as well as your future partner's higher self. Okay. And we'll do all uprights. We have the 2 of Cups. What a beautiful card to start out. For those of you who aren't familiar with tarot, in terms of the minor arcana, this is like the best relationship card that you could get, the 2 of Cups. We have the 6 of Swords. Okay. And then bottom of the deck here, we have Fire Tom. So, I mean, your future partner could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or have significant fire sign placements in their birth chart. But I really like how this cat is having to navigate all of these candles the way it's depicted here. So I feel like your future partner is coming through and saying, listen, if you're having a really hard time right now, or if in your past you've had a lot of difficulties, not just with your love life, but maybe just in general, things have been tough, you feel like you don't have support, you feel like there's been a lot of conflict around you, a lot of drama, you just don't feel like you have a good support system or people you can rely upon. Maybe you've had issues with friends or family, or maybe it has been like a really bad breakup, or, you've been single for a while, you've been on your own, or you've had, just difficulties in your love life. They're saying it's not always going to be like that. And I want you to know right now that things are getting better and that things will continue to improve, because with the 6 of Swords, you are walking away from things that don't serve you, like you're walking away, you're setting boundaries, you're asking for more, so you're going to get more. And maybe things have been tricky with this Fire Tom. Maybe you've had to navigate a lot. And I think your future partner is saying, I've been there too in different ways, but I've been there too. And don't worry, like we will be together. And we will have a relationship where we can count on each other, where we will be supportive of one another, where it won't be drama and chaos and instability, where it will be, like give and take, there will be reciprocity. It'll be healthy. It doesn't have to be chaotic. Love doesn't have to be chaotic. It doesn't have to be you sacrificing yourself. It can be healthy. It can be stable. It can be loving while still being fun. Okay, that's the first thing they want you to know, which is very sweet. Okay, let's get into the second thing, and we'll give the cards another shuffle. I did want this reading to be kind of quick and to the point. Group 1. We have the 10 of Swords. We have 8 of Cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Sky Tom. Interesting, we're now getting even more potential zodiac placements. So air sign energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I'll be honest, maybe this could be talking about your placements actually. But I feel like they're giving you a hint about the timing of when you two are going to meet. Because with this 10 of Swords next to the 8 of Cups, this is tough energy. This is you having to walk away from something that was incredibly emotionally painful, damaging, difficult. This may be you have physically walked away from it, but emotionally, energetically, you are still reeling from it. You're still dealing with it. You're still healing, coping with it, learning to make peace with the past. For others of you, you may be in it. And it doesn't, again, have to be romantic. It could be something else. But the 10 of Swords is like betrayal. It is someone violating your trust. It's someone hurting you. It's feeling like, look at this poor cat, like backed up against a wall, beaten. Like, I've been hurt. I've been wounded. I have just been put through the ringer. You know, emotionally, I feel next to dead. Like, you know, when you've been hurt so much, you feel numb. It's intense. But with the 8 of Cups, like, once you clear that, once you walk away, cut it off, heal from it, move on from it, energetically, I'm not connected to it. With the Sky Tom, look at how this cat is like leaping towards this bird. Once you give yourself your freedom back, your peace of mind back, you get away from all this. That could be when you meet this future partner. When the dust clears, things feel a bit more settled, a bit more stable. And you know, they could be going through this too. What's the third thing they want you to know? These cards are coming out fast. I feel like your future partner is a pretty direct communicator. Group 1, the third thing they want you to know. We've got the Moon, okay. Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have 6 of Wands. Aw. I feel like they want to give you some reassurance right now. And even here, I'm noticing the 9 of Pentacles. They want to give you some reassurance because for some of you, maybe you've been single for a long time, or maybe you've just had your heart broken a lot. Doesn't even necessarily have to be by an ex, but it could have been a caregiver that gave you abandonment, attachment issues, friends who broke your trust, and now it's hard for you to trust people in general. But I feel like they're telling you, have faith. It's going to happen when it's meant to happen. Don't obsess about it. Don't worry about how we're going to meet. All in due time, I'm hearing. But they want to give you that reassurance. And I think they want to tell you, like, you deserve the 6 of Wands. Like, you deserve someone who's going to pay tribute to you. Like, you see all these cats bringing, like, these offerings to this one cat in the front here? Like, you deserve to be treated well. You deserve to have someone put in effort. You deserve to have someone treat you like a prize. Like, so you treat you like a queen or a king. Like, treat you so well. Like, you deserve that. You deserve someone to treat you like you matter. Like you are a priority. Maybe before you always felt like you were at the bottom of the list. Like you didn't even matter to somebody. And that really hurts when you prioritize someone and they always put you last. They put everybody else before you and you're giving them everything and they don't care. That cuts deep. And so they're saying, like, you deserve all of this. And I'm willing to give you all of this. But please wait for me. Please don't settle for somebody else. Like, please know that I am coming. It is going to happen. But I think right now, both of you have some stuff to work out. And it may just be like, energetically you're connected to things that, maybe some stuff is still on your mind, still lingering in your energy, and it needs to be cleansed. It needs to be cleared. Maybe there's some self-limiting beliefs around love that need to be cleared. Some trust issues that need to be cleared. For all of you, it's going to be a little different, right? But do some self-reflection if you don't know. But it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. And it's going to happen in this beautiful, I'm hearing a beautiful, perfect, and perfectly way. Like, it's going to happen as it's meant to. And it's going to be so worth the wait. And they're saying, like, I'm willing to wait for you. And when you do come into my life, I'm not going to squander that opportunity. And I'm going to value you and show you that, again, like, you matter. That phrase keeps coming up, like, show you that you matter. I think that's really beautiful. So they're encouraging you with the moon card to keep the faith. To keep the faith. And you don't need to know how it's going to happen. You just need to know that it is going to happen. And now we will wrap up your reading with some grab bag messages. So these are kind of just specific little clues about who your future partner could be. Now, they're more specific. So remember, this is a general reading. So if something doesn't apply, doesn't resonate, just leave it. Group 1's future partner, please, Spirit. And I never have an exact number that I pull out. I just do what feels right. Okay. They could have dark hair. One of their love languages could be acts of service. That makes sense because I think when people put in effort and they show you through their actions that they care, sometimes that carries more weight than them just saying nice things to you. They're very empathetic. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Your future partner is very compassionate. They are spontaneous. They're more on the muscular side, so very toned body. Maybe you'll meet them at the gym or something. And they could be older than you. Now, that doesn't have to mean something crazy like, I don't know, 20 years older than you. It can mean that they're just older than you, maybe by a year, maybe by 6 months, maybe by 2 weeks, but they're just older. All right, that concludes your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it brought you some comfort. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, or subscribing. Hitting the notification bell lets you know whenever I upload. The easiest way to support the channel is to watch the ads. I know they can probably be a little bit annoying, but you can always mute them and just have them on in the background. So I really appreciate anyone who does that as well. I also want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has watched the ads already, been a regular viewer, donated on Venmo, tipped with SuperThanks, or just commented or liked a video. It means the world to me and to Miss Gracie, of course. I'm wishing everyone the best as always. Please take care, and I hope to see you in my next reading. welcome to your reading. So we will be shuffling on camera today, and my goal is for these messages to be quick and direct. So we're taking a look at 3 things your future partner wants you to know right now. And we'll end your reading with some grab bag messages too. And we'll take all upright. So we'll take 2 cards and then your bottom of the deck. Whoops. Unless the deck has other plans for us. A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages, as well as a thank you to your future partner's higher self. Okay. Group 2, what does your future partner want you to know right now? We have Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, Divine Feminine energy. We have the Lovers, beautiful, beautiful. And we have the 5 of Swords here. Aw. This is so cute. They think very highly of you. Their higher self thinks very highly of you. This is someone who's really going to feel like you are my soulmate. This could end up being your future spouse, quite honestly. They're very much in love with you. This is someone who thinks that every person has one person that's meant for them. You know, like every person has a soulmate, or like every person has a true love, or, you know, like you are my person. Like I couldn't imagine being with anybody else. This person is very monogamous. They're looking for their one and only, their life partner, that kind of energy. And they see that in you. They see you as someone that they could build a life with. And what they want you to know right now is that they will always fight for you. And they will always fight for the connection. And they will always put in the effort. So if there ends up being unforeseen challenges or extenuating circumstances, like maybe y'all are long distance, or you know, maybe you both work a lot, or you have conflicting schedules, or just any kind of little thing that could come up, or any big thing that could come up, they are willing to put in the effort. They're willing to compromise. They're willing to figure it out. Like for them, there's no competition. Like when they meet you, they are certain. They feel it. They feel that soul recognition. They may describe it to you as love at first sight, but they just feel very confidently, very early on, that you are the one for them. And they feel certain about it. And they see you as someone that, you know, they could have a future with. And so they're willing to do what it takes. And they're not going to let anything, you know, like let's say it is long distance, for example. They're not going to let that get in the way of the connection. So if they had to move to be with you, they would do that in time, you know, in time, but they would do what they had to do to make it work or to make you feel comfortable. And so I think that just right now, they want to tell you that they're someone who's going to be very dedicated to you, and they want you to know how much they will adore you. Okay, let's find out the second thing they want you to know. And we'll give the cards another shuffle here. Oh, that was a bad shuffle. My God, that was terrible. Let's try that again. Much better, okay. Group 2, yes, the second thing they want you to know. Oh, that came out 3 cards right off the top. We will go ahead and look at, oh, the bottom of the deck is still the Lovers. That's funny. Okay. We have the Empress. We have Strength. And we have the 4 of Cups. Your person is saying that they kind of regret that they didn't understand what they wanted sooner, or they didn't realize the type of person they needed to be with sooner. There's almost this energy of like, sorry y'all, I got interrupted there for a second. But I was saying there's this energy where they feel like they spent too much time on an ex, like they stayed in a bad relationship that was never right for them. You know, maybe they stayed with someone that wanted different things than them, that, you know, there really just wasn't a future. But, you know, sometimes people avoid those uncomfortable conversations and they kind of hope that the other person is going to change their mind. Or sometimes people lie, you know, and say that they think that maybe they'll change their mind about something like marriage or kids, and they end up not doing that. And so, you know, it could be something like that. It could also be that they thought they were happier just focusing on their career and maybe just having, you know, like casual dates here and there. And they feel like, you know, I wasn't really happy with that lifestyle and I regret that. It could be that they thought they never wanted to settle down or get married or start a family, and now they realize that they do want those things. And so there's just this feeling of like wasted time. And like, I wish that I would have realized what was really going to make me happy. And I wish I had been brave enough to go after it, you know, and to try it. And so I think there's a little bit of an apology here, you know, like maybe we could have met each other sooner if I had realized what I wanted. And so they feel like, you know, in some ways they got it backwards. And so now they feel like, you know, they're being true to their heart and they're not repressing their feelings anymore. And they're realizing, you know, if I'm going to be happy, then I need to be honest with myself about what it is that I want. And they're looking for this Empress kind of person. And so I think that's you, you know, like they're looking for this like divine feminine that's going to be a match to their divine masculine energy. And, you know, for a few of you, it could be that they're looking for someone who's going to be nurturing and be maternal because they want to start a family and they want to be with someone who's going to make a good parent. You know, it could be that. Or it could be with this Empress here, like they want to be with someone who's in a more feminine energy. And so that's something that they really respond to. So feminine qualities are something that they really appreciate, you know, like the balance to their masculine energy. So the yin and the yang. And so, yeah. And I also feel like with the Empress here, like next to the Strength card, I feel like this is someone who respects femininity and doesn't see feminine energy as weak. And so I feel like they want you to know that, like they want you to know, like, especially if you're asking about a man, and they want you to know that they're not like a chauvinist, you know, they want you to know that they have respect for women or they have respect for femininity, and they don't see that energy, like I said, as being weak. They see strength in the softness of the Empress. And if you are resonating with that message of wanting children or wanting to start a family with somebody, if, you know, this got to that point, you know, like if this future partner turned into your life partner or your future spouse, this would be someone that would respect you as a parent, someone that would help out. You wouldn't have to do all of the child rearing yourself. You know how they say like some women feel like single moms even though they're married, or I'm sure there are some dads out there that feel like single dads even though that they're married. They feel like they have to do everything and their partner doesn't really help with the child care. That wouldn't be an issue. So they want to give you that reassurance that they're not sexist, you know, which, I mean, I get it. You know, they want you to know that they will pull their weight, okay? All right, let's see the third thing they want you to know. Group 2. third thing your future partner wants you to know, we have consequences, which is the Judgment card in this deck. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands. And then the bottom of the deck is the Sky Queen or the Queen of Swords. I feel like they want to, your future partner is very honest. Like, they are not someone who tries to hide, you know, any sort of flaw, you know, or negative aspect, you know, or bad thing that they've done. You know, and we all have that. Like, we all have things that, well, I hope. We all have things that, if we're being honest, like, we regret, you know, like how we handled that, or we're like, yeah, that's an area for growth. That's something that I can work on. Like, none of us are perfect, you know. If anyone is sitting here thinking that they're perfect, that's like narcissism, right? We all have stuff we can work on, you know. None of us is, you know, a perfect person. And so your future partner isn't trying to hide who they are. They're not trying to hide who they've been, what they've done, you know, like, they are just open and honest and real. And they want you to know that. They want you to be ready for that. That, yeah, like, they want to put their best foot forward with you, you know, but they're also not going to hide, you know, their past or what they've done or what they've been through. You know, they're very honest about that. And they're like, you know, if I'm being totally real, there have been times in my life where I've kind of ran from my problems, where I didn't face stuff, where, you know, I repressed things, where I didn't deal with emotional things. I just wanted to kind of move on and distract myself with work. And that was a mistake. Like, you can't do that. You can't keep yourself busy to avoid healing or working through stuff, or, you know, it just makes it worse. You know, so like, for example, if your future partner had like a death of a loved one, you know, they're saying like, the old me wouldn't have dealt with that grief. I would have just gone back to work the next day after the funeral and kept myself as busy as possible to not have to think about it. I would have repressed my emotions. And like, I see now that that's not healthy. That's not a good way of coping with things, you know. I've used work as a way to distract myself. I've kept myself surrounded with people to distract myself. And, you know, and maybe if they stayed in a bad relationship for too long, maybe they were able to do that because they distracted themselves with work and kept themselves busy. You know, they stayed longer at the office to avoid coming home to their partner that they were arguing with, that kind of thing. So they're being honest and real about that. Like, you know, I haven't been perfect. I haven't. And I've learned from it. I know now I have to deal with my emotions, but that's something I struggled with for a while. And, you know, I'm facing some of the consequences of that. And you see how the cat's kind of like untangling this yarn? It's like, okay, I played around too much, you know? I distracted myself too much. Now I have to deal with the aftermath of that. And I'm unraveling, you know, I'm kind of going through, kind of pulling at the threads, right, of my emotions and trying to untangle how I feel and work through these things that I've repressed, you know, because it's time. So, I mean, your future partner could be in therapy right now. They could be doing some healing, some self-reflection, some meditation, just like journaling maybe, but just working through the stuff that they've pushed down, you know, finally talking to friends and family about it, but they're finally opening up and, yeah, kind of dealing with those emotions. Okay, let's go ahead and get the grab bag messages now. So these are more specific messages about your future partner. So remember, it's a general reading, so if something doesn't resonate, use your discernment and just leave it. Group 2, your future partner. And I never have a set idea of how many little papers I'm gonna take. I just kind of intuitively do it. Okay. So one of their love languages could be quality time. They're very romantic. I love that. So, you know, maybe they put a lot of effort into date nights. They buy you little things here and there just because, or they do nice little things for you, buy you flowers, chocolates, whatever romance looks like to you. Candlelit dinners. They could have dark hair. They love coffee. They're very physically attractive. And you know, attraction can also be not even just how they physically look, but they could have an attractive personality. You know, some people, I'm not saying your future partner isn't physically attractive, but you know, some people, it's not about the way that they look, it's about the way that they are. So your future partner could have like an it factor about them where they have just such a likable personality, a magnetic personality. They could be charming, charismatic. But regardless, they're very attractive to you. Okay, another love language could be physical touch. They could be older than you. Group 1 got this message too. So like I was telling them, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. It could literally mean that they're 2 weeks older than you, or 6 months, or a year. And let's see what we have. Sorry, some of these are hard to unfold. Oh, they're very into fitness. And you know, with them being into fitness, this doesn't mean that they're like necessarily like obsessive about it. This could also be like they have a very active lifestyle, but they could have like a regular gym routine, things like that. All right, that concludes your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it brought you some comfort. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, or subscribing. Hitting the notification bell lets you know whenever I upload. The easiest way to support the channel is to watch the ads. I know they can probably be a little bit annoying, but you can always mute them and just have them on in the background. So I really appreciate anyone who does that as well. I also want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has watched the ads already, been a regular viewer, donated on Venmo, tipped with SuperThanks, or just commented or liked a video. It means the world to me and to Miss Gracie, of course. I'm wishing everyone the best as always. Please take care, and I hope to see you in my next reading. welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be taking a look at 3 things your future partner wants you to know right now. We will be shuffling on camera, and so we'll take 2 upright cards and then we'll take your bottom of the deck, unless the deck has other plans for us, but that's the general idea. I do want this reading to be kind of straight and to the point, and then we'll wrap up with some grab bag messages for you. A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages, as well as your future partner's higher self. What do they want you to know right now, group 3? Whoa, that came out so fast. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, this deck is like going crazy. Your future partner is very excited to talk to you because it did not do this with the other 2 groups. Okay, we have 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and we have the floating cat, which is the Hanged Man in this deck. It's one of my favorite depictions of the Hanged Man. It's so cute. Your future partner is so sweet. I mean, they're so sweet. I think they're gonna be very flirtatious with you when you guys meet because they're really just coming through to compliment you right now. So your future partner might be a sweet talker. I mean, they may be very persuasive, very good with the compliments. Because with this 3 of Pentacles, it's like, I can't take my eyes off of you. Like, you're so special, you're so unique, you're so different. Like this beetle, I think it's a beetle, is like bejeweled. You know, like you're so special, you're so precious, you're so different. And with this 4 of Wands, like all the cats here are mesmerized by this little disco ball and all the rainbows. And if you've ever seen a cat intently look at a laser or something like that, I'm gonna give you guys a little mini story here. But I remember one time I was at my cousin's house and she had like 7 or 8 cats, like a lot of cats. And she just kept taking in like rescue cats. But I was doing something on my phone and then I looked to my side and like all of her cats are all staring at the wall. And I'm like, what are they looking at? And I realized my phone was reflecting kind of like rainbow light onto the wall and they were all transfixed. It's like in Toy Story when the claw comes down and all the little alien figures are like the claw. You know, like it's that kind of energy where they're just mesmerized by you. Like they can't take their eyes off of you. They're just enamored by you. So physically, I think they're very attracted to you. I think you're very beautiful, handsome, you know, whatever word you want to use, but very attractive to them. And not just the way that you look, but I think it's your voice. I think it's the way you laugh. I think it's the way you carry yourself. You know, they're just very drawn to you. And with the floating cat here, it's like, you have made my life like topsy-turvy, you know, like I feel like I'm walking on clouds. It reminds me of that scene in 500 Days of Summer. If you guys have seen that movie where Tom has like his first night with Summer and he wakes up the next morning and he's walking through the park and he just starts to sing and it's like a random dance number in the movie where he's like, I'm walking on sunshine or something like that. And don't it feel good? I forget. That could be the wrong song. But it's like that, you know, like they are just very smitten over you. Yeah. So I think that you're going to be able to tell too. I think it's going to be pretty obvious that they're super into you. Okay. And with the 4 of Wands, I mean, they could, you know, have some idea of like, I want to make this person mine. Like, you know, they could definitely have this energy of like, I think you could be the one, or I think I could see a future with you, sort of thing. Because the 4 of Wands can be like the wedding card. So, you know, just take that if it resonates. With the 3 of Pentacles, potentially you could end up working with this person or meeting them through like a work colleague or a work function, traveling for work, you could meet them, that kind of thing. All right, let's see the second thing that they want you to know. And we'll give the cards a good shuffle or two. Okay. Group 3, the second thing your future partner wants you to know. We have the Lovers. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm sorry, the deck is just being crazy. I think they have so much they want to say to you that it's like they can't fully decide. We have the 8 of Swords. Okay. And I'm gonna just shuffle a little bit more because your bottom of the deck was flipped around. So I'm not gonna take that. There we go, we'll take this. Oh, and it's the floating cat again. Sorry, they're like, cards are going everywhere. So this is, again, the Hanged Man in this deck. So there's something here to where they're telling me that you both are gonna help each other through some kind of self-perceived flaw, some kind of insecurity, some sort of self-limiting belief that both of you have. You're going to help each other see a different perspective. You're going to turn that belief on its head. So some belief that you have about yourself that just isn't true, that's keeping you stuck in some kind of way. Could be romantic, could be professional, could be something deeply personal, but there's just some sort of limiting belief that is keeping you feeling stuck and stagnant about something, and it's just not true. You're going to help each other work through it. You're going to help each other overcome this. So it could be like a fear of abandonment, a fear that you're not lovable, a fear that you're not capable. So like if you don't feel capable, if you don't trust yourself, maybe you stay at a dead-end job. Or if you don't feel like you're likable or that you're lovable, maybe you put up with friends who treat you bad. So you see how it can play out in different ways, but like you help each other through that. You help each other through your love and your support and just showing a different perspective, helping the other person see themselves more clearly. So I do think there's an element to this romantic partnership that's very healing and very therapeutic. And they're also telling me, just as a side message, that they will always choose you. Over and over, they will always choose you. You don't ever have to feel like you're not important to them, or that they would rather be with someone else, or that they're still hung up on an ex or anything like that. They're just saying, I will always choose you. You're always my, like my first choice, my only choice. Okay, what's the third thing they want you to know? Hopefully the deck isn't crazy again. We'll see. Group 3, the third thing they want you to know. Okay. We have the 3 of Swords. We have Good Kitty. Aw. It's so freaking cute. Oh, and we have the Tower. Okay. And I actually accidentally got an extra card for you all. Your bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups, which is really beautiful energy to have in a love reading, the Ace of Cups. So the Good Kitty card is the Judgment card in this deck. So I think your future partner is giving us a clue as to the timing of when you two could meet. So it could be that both of you are going through this, or maybe it's just you, but you will be healing from some kind of disappointment, some sort of heartbreak. Now, it doesn't have to mean a romantic heartbreak. It could be a friend broke your heart, a family member broke your heart, or maybe you broke your own heart because you had expectations about a situation and it didn't pan out the way that you had hoped it would. So, maybe you got your hopes up that you would get, let's say, a job offer, but it didn't fall through. It didn't come through. Your plans fell through. And so, you're kind of dealing with that and you're feeling really down about yourself, really low about yourself. But your future partner is saying, remember, always, rejection is God's protection, essentially, is what they're saying here. Remember, everything is meant to work out for your highest good, right? So the fact of the matter is, I know you're upset and you're disappointed and you're hurt about this, but if this hadn't happened, we wouldn't have met each other. So there's something there. And like I said, they could be going through this too, but there's something there to where things didn't work out the way that you had hoped. Someone broke your heart and it pushes you in a different path, in a different direction. And that path leads you to meeting your future partner. Because with the Tower here, whatever this was, it wasn't stable. It wasn't sustainable. It wasn't good for you. So you feel like you lost something, but what you lost wasn't meant to last anyway. It wasn't good enough for you. And your future partner is saying, you deserve better than that. With the Ace of Cups, I love you so much, you deserve better than that. I don't want you to settle. I hope you never settle. And again, maybe they're having to go through that too. So if you're facing a Tower moment in your future, you're facing some kind of heartbreak, some kind of loss, disappointment, betrayal, hurt, know that it's very intentional, because you weren't meant to stay in that tower. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't sustainable, and you were meant to move on from it. And as hard as that can be, it's going to lead you to what you want, and it's going to lead you to a very emotionally fulfilling romantic partnership. And so regardless about what this is, don't feel like in that moment God or the universe, the divine, don't feel like you're being punished. That Tower, it's tough love. It's let me help you, because you are staying in something, or you are exposing yourself to something, or getting your hopes up about something that's just awful. That's not good enough for you. That won't last. And if you stay in it, essentially, the longer you stay in that dynamic or that situation, the more hurt you're gonna feel. So let's just get rid of it now. And so, it may be scary when that Tower moment happens. It may really hurt, but know that feeling is temporary, and know what's on the other side of it is emotional fulfillment. Okay, and now we will wrap up your reading with some grab bag messages. Okay. Group 3. Now these are more specific messages about your future partner. So if something doesn't resonate, just use your discernment and leave it. Okay, you really like their cheekbones. So maybe they have a nice facial structure. Maybe they have dimples. They could be from a different culture or country than you. And this could also be that they come from a different background. So maybe they grew up in a different socioeconomic status than you, or maybe they grew up in a different religion than you, or they're a different ethnicity. Something like that culturally is different between you two. They're very kind. They're very empathetic or compassionate. Okay, they could be wealthy. So yeah, so maybe they're of a higher financial status than you. Maybe they come from money. They have like generational wealth. They could have an unusual hair color. So this can mean a few different things. Like maybe they do have just like a very unique hair color. It could also mean that they dye their hair, or that they have a hair color that doesn't match like their eyes. So maybe they have very dark, like dark hair. I'm sorry. Maybe they have very dark hair, but they have very light eyes. So maybe there's high contrast between their hair and their eye color, if that makes sense. They're very athletic. So maybe they play sports. And they have lots of friends, so they're very sociable. They have a large social circle. All right, that concludes your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it brought you some comfort. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, or subscribing. Hitting the notification bell lets you know whenever I upload. The easiest way to support the channel is to watch the ads. I know they can probably be a little bit annoying, but you can always mute them and just have them on in the background. So I really appreciate anyone who does that as well. I also want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has watched the ads already, been a regular viewer, donated on Venmo, tipped with SuperThanks, or just commented or liked a video. It means the world to me and to Miss Gracie, of course. I'm wishing everyone the best as always. Please take care, and I hope to see you in my next reading.